Hello fellow book nerds! So today we're going to be talking about my top bookish pet peeves. So this is the things that when I see in a book I'm just like, please, can we not? And also I'm rolling my eyes, it hurts, it's not a good time. It doesn't mean that it's completely ruining a book for me, but it's the things that I notice that annoy me. And I know there's a lot of unpopular opinions, if that makes sense. A lot of things that people agree are suck, like love triangles, and I don't mean problematic as well, because problematic is a whole different thing, but this is just things that I see and I'm annoyed. I'm just thinking that we should move on now and figure something better out. Number 1, you shall not pass paperback. Okay, a dramatic name, but what I mean by this is I hate paperbacks. I feel like I'm in minority because I do prefer paperbacks to hardbacks. First, they're cheaper, they're usually easier to read for me, I like their look, and I just enjoy them in general, but there's a certain type of paperback that if it's not done well, you can barely open the book and read. My example of this would be Nexus, by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings. So I was reading this book just this week and I could barely open it. Like, it was like this. I was reading like this and my thumb was cramming and my whole hand became a claw, and I was just like trying not to break the spine completely, reading like this. Reading, trying not to, like peeking. Okay, I don't want to feel like me reading this book is a sin and I can barely open it up, okay? Make it like floppy. I love floppy paperbacks. You can read it very nicely. More floppy paperbacks. Let's move on. Number 2, I am so aggressive and brash that I cannot think. Main character. For this, my example would be Andy from Zenith and Andromeda Saga by the same authors as the previous book. From what I remember, because I just read the second book, she's the type of character that is just so brash, abrasive, just go for it, just kills everyone, can't even think, this person did them wrong, so just go kill him. I hate characters that do not think and do not stop to consider, and that are super aggressive and just there's no way you can convince them that they're wrong, because they're always right and the only opinion that is right is theirs, and they will just kill everyone to get it, and usually the book rewards them. It's like, yes, this character is right. I'm like, no, can you please get some brains? Because I think you should just get some brains, please. Number 3, surprise bitch, I'm so much smarter than you. So this is a very specific pet peeve of mine, which I really noticed when I was reading Throne of Glass, and it wasn't Throne of Glass but one of the further books, maybe Empire of Storms, I can't remember right now, but I remember reading it and being so pissed off because the way the author structures the story is there's this big spy mission or whatever, we have to go get something, and we think we're in peril, and oh no, the plan is not going as well. I'm not surprised, I'm so much smarter than you, and I planned for all these contingencies, and this is a whole plan, and I planned for this contingency and this contingency and this contingency, and you just didn't know because you're not smart enough to think about it. You felt everything was going wrong, but it's not. See, I completely understand where this plot device is coming from, because I want to be surprised as a reader. I don't want to be like, oh, everything's going so perfectly. But at the same time, especially with Sarah J Maas's series, it felt like I was just being proved that I'm not as smart as she is, because she thought about all these other options that I didn't know were on the table. And if this was just one scene, I would be okay with it, but it wasn't. It felt like the whole story was just trying to surprise the reader, make them feel stupid. At least I felt like that, and I was really annoyed. And when this happens, really annoys me. So for example, when reading other stories, I feel like they handle it much better and you're actually getting an idea, and if there was a plan and something goes wrong and the character has an ace up their sleeve, it's just one thing that you're like, whoa, I didn't know this happened, this is so cool. But with her, it's like the whole plan is just, we're so blind to it and we don't know anything, so I feel like blindsided and I don't like it. So that's why I don't like this trope. Sorry. Number 4. Yeah? Number 4. We just met, but can you please have my babies? What I'm trying to say basically is insta love, because I hate it when characters just met but they have this undying love for each other. And lately a book I read but like that I felt this way would be There's Something About Sweetie. It just feels so cheap when they barely know each other, but they're like, oh, our love is such a precious, precious thing, and it's undying, and we forever shall be together, and if we're not together, I'm gonna die. Bitch, please. Number 5, Certified Angel. This is a main character that is just so pure and so good and never makes any even vaguely questionable decisions whatsoever. If they're making a hard decision, it's probably to sacrifice themselves. This isn't realistic. If you're in a fantasy world where every day there's another challenge and you're probably gonna die and everything's bad and blah 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 blah, you are going to have to make some hard decisions, and sometimes that doesn't mean sacrificing yourself. Sometimes that means sacrificing someone else for what's important to you. And I just think I really like seeing that. I really like seeing complex main characters when they have to actually make some decisions that are a bit difficult, and it's not just difficult because they sacrifice themselves because they're such an angel. It just pisses me off. I really want some turmoil, you know? And for that I wanted to say Alina from Shadow and Bone trilogy, but if I'm being honest, I don't really remember if she was like, that's my feeling right now, but I've read it some time ago, so I don't remember if she didn't make any. But I feel like she sacrificed herself a lot, but she never made any hard decisions sacrificing someone else. And I just like to see that, you know? I like to see something realistic. So yeah. Number 6. Why? Because plot armor. So this is basically when it's an epic fantasy story and there's a huge ass battle and basically the whole continent is fighting, thousands of warriors, all of that, blood and gore everywhere, but none of the main characters or even likable supporting characters die. This pisses me off. When I was reading A Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy, especially the last book, that was just so prevalent there. So I don't know if you don't want an ending, but I'm not spoiling the ending. No one died ever. Everyone died. Like, it's a big group, they're all in the very head of the battle, they're the ones charging, the first commanders, whatever. Everyone survived. Everyone's completely fine. No one's even remotely hurt. Everyone's fine. That makes me not care, you know? That, and also when they resurrect their characters, I just don't care. If no one's gonna die, why would I care? I know you're not gonna kill off anyone because you don't have the balls, because you're in love with your character so much that it's just, for me, it really pisses me off. And if a book doesn't do that and they actually make some mistakes and actually people die that I care about, not just secondary characters that were there for 2 seconds and we're supposed to care about them, then I love those books. If you have any, come recommend. But yeah. Number 7. Meh. Love interests. So this is when I really want to care about the love interest and they're just so vanilla and boring and have nothing to bring to the table and they're basically useless. And this is the quintessence of Mal from Shadow and Bone trilogy. Why? Because he is not only boring, he's not only useless, but he also is a prick, okay? I really don't like him. He's just such an awful person. He's bad for Lena. He's not supportive at all. All he cares about himself. And like, I hate him. I hate him and I hate him. You know what? But this, at least, I care about him. Because I hate him. So my hate is so strong that I kind of have feelings there. Because it's hate, you know? Some love interests, I just don't give a flying, you know? Because they're just there to kiss. Okay guys, this is it for my top bookish pet peeves video. Hopefully it's a nice and short one, and let me know what you think about my pet peeves, if you agree or if you disagree, and if you have any books that go against this pet peeve and do it very well, let me know. Let me know your bookish pet peeves as well, and like, subscribe, whatever you want to do, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!